Yo, welcome back. Last time we started part 2. We investigated the living room with Ori. We found stuff related to the family. We deduced that the daughter had died, and then after that the father started beating his son, and then the mother left with the son. And we found a basement that we didn't go to, and then Cece died. She said she was killed by a demon or something. Anyway, and now we reset and we're investigating the attic. Okay, I've been thinking about this. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. So, okay, I'll just. This is something crazy I thought about. It's probably not it. Okay, this is a twist that Uchikoshi does in every single one of these games, and if you played any Uchikoshi games, you know this twist because he does it in almost all of them. But it's the classic: your character is not the main character is not who you think they are. He does it in so many of his games, like it became a meme almost. That's why in Remember 11, the first thing that happens is Kokoro sees like her face in a mirror. That's like the very first thing that happens in the game to like show the player, hey, we're not doing this twist again. Look. It's not that. And in this game, that happened also. Like, we saw our character's face in the mirror several times. So that kind of deconfirmed that sort of angle for the twist for me. Okay. Call me crazy. I think it's still possible for us to not be who we think we are. Because if you remember, all those scenes where we saw what we looked like in the mirror, those happened in the timelines that were erased, where we went back in time. In this timeline, where we started part 2, we never went in the bathroom to check what we looked like. We never went in the bathroom in the master bedroom. We never saw what we looked like in this route. So we obviously, like, we have a little portrait that shows up when we talk, but I don't know if that's reliable. I think there could be some fuckery where we were playing as someone for the first few routes, and then we were playing someone else for this route. Now, who are we playing? This could be completely wrong, by the way. It's just something I thought about. So then, if that's the case, who are we in the second route? I think, if it is this twist that I'm saying, I think we are a boy. Because I feel like there's been some very subtle foreshadowing towards it. Like, I feel like Cece has been way more flirty with us in this route than she was before. Also, the whole thing where she like shows up naked in her room and is like flirting with us. And also, the first time I got there, I took the option to like not care. And she said like, oh, I guess it's okay if you're not into girls, which would make more sense if we are a guy. Also, it would explain why Ori was so outraged when we told her what Cecilia did. And also, I said this last time, the scene where we got stuck in this chimney and Ori like shook the suit, I don't know how to pronounce it, the soot out of us. That scene was so obviously foreshadowing for something, but I couldn't tell what. I rewatched that scene. The only thing I can think of is that we said our shoulders were too wide. We couldn't pass through the chimney. So maybe that's an indication because guys have shoulders that are more wide. Maybe that was something. I don't know. Something else. Throughout that entire scene in the living room, Oriana was always like, she always pointed to those photos and she was like, hey, does this remind you of anyone? Wink wink. Do you think maybe those photos make you remember anything? Maybe? And obviously I read that as her saying that the main character was the blonde girl. But I think what she was saying maybe was that she was saying that we were the brother, because we look like the brother right now, even though we think we're the sister. Like, something else to mention, in the part 1 timelines, we were referred to as a girl pretty often. Like, I remember Cecilia made a note of like, oh, the kidnapper captured 3 girls. Maybe it's like a fetish thing. Like it was mentioned quite often. I don't think it has been mentioned once in this route. Like what our gender is. So that's where my head is at. Actually, no. Fuck. We just the scene where we scolded Cecilia Cici for coming out of the shower. She called us mommy at the end. So that's wrong. Would she call a guy mommy? Is that a thing people do? I get no. It's just wrong. It has to be just wrong. Ignore everything I've been saying for the past 5 minutes. Maybe we're a girl if we pick the option to scold her, but we're a guy if we pick one of the other options. No, it's just wrong probably. I felt like it fit kind of well though, so I was kind of excited when I thought of it. But why would you call us mommy? I mean, I guess that is something you can say to a guy, like, hey, you're not my mom. I guess that is something I've said to guy friends before. Whatever. That's just where my head is at. It's probably wrong now that I think about it more, but... Because something else, the whole story with the family, it would make way more sense if we were the brother. Because the sister died, so we could be some ghost that's getting... like reincarnated or something. But if the 3rd member of the club is the brother from the family, it just fits better, I feel. Anyway, let's investigate. A rustic chest doesn't look like it's locked, so let's take a look. There's only a couple things in here: an empty glass bottle without a lid, and a cat. Oh no, it's a stuffed doll in the shape of a black cat. Let me clean my glasses real quick, actually, sorry. What's up, Pachi? That just isn't a mimic trying to eat you, right? She's a gamer. Huh? What's that look? Well, the only thing inside this chest are an empty bottle and a cat doll. Really? That's a weird combo. What do you think it means? I have no idea. Wait, you really have no idea? Yeah, why is that so surprising? I don't know, for some reason I thought you would definitely know what this is about. I see, sorry to just disappoint you, Pachi, but I've never heard of any ritual involving a cat inside a box. Okay, if the occult expert has no clue, then maybe this is just a random combination of items. I guess there's a good chance the cat doll belonged to the little girl who lived in this house. Wonder why just the one doll in here then, and what's the story behind this empty bottle? Pachi, enough with that chest. Let's keep looking for spooky occult stuff. I'm really bothered by this sigh. The sigh. A stack of hardcover books. Let's look at the titles. Principles of Chaos Magic, Dictionary of Chaos Sigils, A Study of Chaos Magic Cults, Postmodern Chaos Magic Systems, Introduction to Chaos Magic. I'm sensing a pattern here. Pachi, did you just say Chaos Magic? No, I didn't. Oh no, I have a bad feeling about this. OMG, this is the first edition from 1987. Okay, guess I have no choice. So Cici, you know what Chaos Magic is? What, Pachi, you've never heard of Chaos Magic? Unfortunately, I've never been enlightened on the term, let alone the subject matter. Oh boy, oh goody. Please be merciful. Okay, I'll be nice and keep it short. Chaos Magic was first founded in England during the 1970s. The founder of Chaos Magic felt that occult traditions of the time were too ornamental and restrictive. They strove to strip all that away to figure out a fundamental set of basic magical principles. Now, I say magic, but obviously humans are incapable of summoning fire or fantastical things like that. I was looking because 1970s seem very late for a magical system to be invented, but you know how they say quote-unquote reality is simply what we perceive to be as such? Even the scientific method depends on phenomena as being observable, but who's doing the observing? Humans, right? Anyways, Chaos Magic posits that perception is influenced by belief. Therefore, if reality is influenced by perception, then logically, belief should be able to influence reality, right? And that, my friend, is the fundamental basis of Chaos Magic. Okay, so chaos magic is just pretending you see things that aren't there. Okay, got it. So then, yep, this is where it gets wild, because after all, belief in anything is a conscious choice humans make, right? So naturally, if you're a practitioner of chaos magic, belief it becomes a mere tool to reshaping reality. But of course, a single person's belief can possibly cause supernatural phenomena. That's why another principle of chaos magic is this thing called consensus reality. The idea behind consensus reality is that our normal, non-magical world only exists the way it is due to our acceptance of it. The world is boring and logical because humanity as a collective has agreed this is the way things are, the way things should be. So that means... I meant that figuratively, of course. It's not like there was a conference called to decide that water is wet. But consensus reality can't affect someone who doesn't accept the consensus in the first place. You can see why this caught on, especially with the young people. Imagine being able to bend reality to your whims. You can do that right now, just go fucking snort some fentanyl. Not to mention that chaos magic is all about stripping away the extraneous and boiling things down to basic principles. In other words, anyone can do it. All it takes is an absolute conviction in your own personal beliefs, discarding everything else that doesn't serve your reality. The trick is to basically hypnotize yourself into believing only... See, you keep it short. I was just getting to the good part. Okay, so back to our situation. Someone in this house was studying chaos magic. I guess there must have been some part of reality they wanted to change. That's usually why people get into chaos magic, yeah. But these books are on theoretical and practical applications. They can't tell us what exactly the person was trying to achieve. My bad feeling just got a little worse. Not exactly, but maybe I should give CC spell... Yeah, let's let her pop off. Wait, really? Oh, I'll do you better. I can go even deeper this time, just for everyone's sake. Let's try to keep it short. Okay, fine. That's the same. Okay, now that I've heard it all again, if chaos magic only has a few basic principles, does that mean there's no physical evidence that chaos magic was used here? Yep, exactly. The point of chaos magic is to not rely on artifacts or symbols after all. If a friend in real life told me about this, I would be deeply concerned. It also often exclusively in the mind of the user, and because it's practically self-hypnosis, well, I can do chaos magic right now. I can imagine that there's a fucking naked girl sitting on my bed. Like I'm practicing chaos magic. I'm a fucking magician. No, that's crazy. Why would anyone want to erase their own memories? But I guess I'll keep a mental note of this conversation. A candle. I wonder why it's over there by itself. You don't miss a beat, huh, Pachi? Noticing something out of the way like that. Huh? Was I not supposed to notice? No, I'm just impressed. You literally had a circle of these standing prominently before you, but you chose to check out the outlier. It's a very important skill to have in modern society, I would say. We're talking about candles, right? Oh, well, at least being outside the circle means it won't burn to death like the rest of them. Yep, we're talking about candles. Huh? This is a cross, right? Why is it... Wait, isn't this upside down? Huh? No, it's nailed on the top here, so I think it's like that on purpose. Why would anyone do that? Well, there's actually at least two different meanings to having a cross upside down like this. The first is as the symbol of a certain devoted apostle who felt unworthy of being martyred the same way as his Lord. The other is as a rejection of that devotion and holier than thou-ness, worshipping the self or the devil instead. It's pretty weird how the same shape can have completely different opposite meanings like that, huh? Yeah, that just makes things really confusing. Perhaps that's the main takeaway here. After all, aren't good and evil two sides of the same coin? Now isn't it time for us to go in that direction, Cecilia? We have important work to do. I had a whole monologue ready to go. Huh? There's something stuck up here. Some sort of contract? I can't read the language this is in. I think this is written in simplified Aramaic script. You can read this, Cece? I don't know this language super well, but let me give it a shot. Let's see, that's a 6. Debt, escape, something. Huh, a clock? It's about a clock. Sorry, Pachi, all I can tell is that something needed to be done to a clock. Like the clock by the front door? Yeah. Oh, wait, maybe. Wait, let me check something. I can't be sure without my phone, but yeah, I think this is the word for sound. So this contract must be the reason why the clock chime is so unusual. You make pretty good detective and assistant duo, Pachi. I wish we could figure out a bit more about this contract, though. Cece couldn't read all of it, but it has something to do with devils, clocks, and sounds. Not sure if this fits into any bigger picture though. I want to figure the twist out before the game tells me. Pachi, I've been meaning to ask you something. You know how you're left-handed? I am. Fuck, do I gotta go back and check if we were left-handed in part 1? Oh, I guess I am. I never really noticed until now. You know that age-old myth of left-handedness being a sign of the devil? Yeah. So what's your point? No reason, just came to mind is all. Why does she do what she does? When did we use our hands for something in part 1? I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Ugh. The only thing I remember is in the ending where both of the girls killed themselves. We reached out to them with her right hand, but that doesn't really mean anything. Like that's not, that doesn't mean holy fucking stutter. That doesn't mean we were right-handed in that route. What the heck is this? Right? There's an entire magic circle drawn on the floor here. Dare I ask what a magic circle is? Oh, you dare. Basically, magic circles are used for a wide variety of paranormal rituals. Rituals for what? All sorts of stuff. Protection, curses, summoning. Every group designs and uses magic circles differently. See, so what does this magic circle do? Look at the way these candles are melted unevenly. This must mean that they can't be lit all at once, or length doesn't matter. Cece, I ask you, what is this? Don't worry, Pachi, this isn't drawn in blood. It looks like it's a special red ink made for it. Cece, what does this magic circle do? Oh, I have no idea. Look at these lines, though. How does one even get them so straight? Probably with a ruler. Okay, I'm gonna go check something else out. I wonder what this could have been used for. I knew you couldn't resist the allure of a genuine magic circle, Pachi. I'm just checking it again because you were less than helpful the first time. Alright, let me give it a good think. I can't be sure without my phone, but the writing inside the border looks like the type used in demon summoning. Ah yes, demons again. But it's strange because like I said, this is red ink, not blood. You usually need some mammal's blood to get demons to visit the human realm. So this probably didn't work? I'd be surprised if it did, to be honest. This is probably the work of a kid following some internet blog post. A kid, huh? See, I can be helpful while I put my mind to it. I guess so. Thanks, Cece. Kid. The only window in this attic. It's a relief that it's big enough to let in plenty of light. Are you looking for constellations, Pachi? You've already tried breaking this window, right, Cece? Of course. First thing I did when I came here. Dude, why do we believe her? We have never, ever seen her actually try to break the windows. Just try it herself. Oh my god. I even did the thing where I took the attic pole and josted it into the window. Knocked me right off my feet, hit my head on a box of books, and toppled it over. Right, anyway, I'm not seeing any streetlights or the tops of any building. You're thinking because we're higher up, we might have been able to see over the fog? Even if it's completely unrelated and it's not like a twist later in the story that we could have just broken the windows, it's crazy to me that the main character has not noticed this. It's so blatant. Yeah, but I guess not. This is truly the weirdest fog I've ever seen. But I suppose I am still an amnesiac. Maybe I've seen this fog before. Only window in this attic. It's a relief that's big enough to let in plenty of life. Are you looking for constellations, Pachi? You already tried breaking this window, right, Cece? Okay, this is repeating. Fidget. She's just so ready for me to ask her about something. Okay, Cece, lay on me. What's on your mind? Oh, have you come to acknowledge my occult expertise, Pachi? Well, it's more like I'm not seeing the plethora of occult stuff like you claimed earlier. There's a couple things here that give me that vibe, sure, but that's because you're not looking in the right places. Like any good ghost or creature, they're hiding away from plain sight. She really wants me to find them myself, huh? Okay. Fuck you too. It's so weird seeing a ceiling all slanted like this. It's about as attic-y as an attic could get, right? I guess this means the roof of the house is triangular? You can never know for sure if you only look from one perspective, especially if that perspective is from the inside. The house could be shaped like a dog or a shoe for all we know. A dog or a shoe can really stick to the more likely options. Huh? Wait, those exist? Sleek looking trunk. Oh, the page 44 is behind this, I guess. There's an ink bottle and candles on it. Let's just put these aside so I can open the trunk. Well, there's lots of books. Let's see. Studies into necromancy. Demonology in modern society. Mediums and channeling arts. I love when you talk spooky like that, Pachi. Yeah. Looks like all the other books are on similar topics. Okay, no point making a mess. Let's put everything back the way it was. Page 44! Page 44! So, did anything catch your interest? Oh, it's more like I know so little about occult stuff that none of these really click with me. That's okay, just leave it to me. I'm sure I can get you up to speed. Guess letting her talk will save me some time. Let's see, what else should I ask about? Jesus Christ. Necromancy. What is this necromancy thing about? Did it involve acrobatics or something? Okay, let me explain from the top. Necromancy is the practice of communicating with the dead. Gamers fall into the assumption that necromancy is about resurrection. That's a much more fantastical type. Reports of real necromancy have been recorded in ancient Egypt, Greece, Persia, China. Usually they're connected to divine the future or receive blessing from ancestors. How would talking with dead people let you predict the future? While spirits wouldn't follow the rules of the natural world, they're not confined to the present like the living beings are. There's also theories that history is cyclical, and therefore the realm of the dead has their futures as their past, if that makes any sense. Relevant for us in our situation. Wait, does that mean necromancy could be the reason for my time traveling? I get why you think that, but divination by necromancy is more about communication between the two realms. Also, necromancy usually needs a ton of prep, like magic circles, talismans, live human sacrifices, long reading of scripture. Oh, human sacrifices, like we've been doing every time before traveling back to the past? Oh, okay. Wait, something scary got mixed in there. And they're pretty strict with timings too, especially if it involves using a dead body before it can expire. So in other words, if necromancy was really involved, we'd be finding way more clues, violent clues at that. Okay, I think I finished checking out all the super weird stuff. Oh, that's everything? Ria's waiting for us to come back. I probably shouldn't waste any more time. Okay, I'm definitely not finishing this. Man, I liked you a lot, but this whole occult thing is like, come on. I mean, it probably is, magic is probably real in the context of the story, but come on. It's a pretty advanced book. If you want, I can tell you more about what these books are about. Demonology. This demonology, is it the study of demons or just research into their existence? It's not really either of those. First of all, what do you think a demon is? A spirit. Like when someone suddenly acts differently, it could be because they're possessed by a demon, right? Yep, that's definitely a popular interpretation of them. So I'm wrong? Well, the demons usually discussed in demonology are incorporeal concepts. You know how every culture that believes in gods posits those gods to be above our plane of existence? Sure. The idea behind demons is that they're similar to gods and that they're unknowable existences, but they're always connected to the human worlds. In other words, they exist. Among Us. Now, this doesn't mean that demons are always humanoid in form. Some interpretations suggest that demons possess inanimate objects in our physical realm, and their existence is fueled similarly to how gods are fueled by human worship. Worship? Why would humans worship demons? They don't. What I mean by worship is when humans act in the interest of any higher concept. Virtue is one such concept, obviously, but there's also depravity, wrath, and other things typically called sins. Oh, you suddenly look fidgety there, Pachi. It's just, if I'm understanding you, doesn't that mean that humans are responsible for demons existing? A lot of theories make that exact conclusion, yep. No, this is all a little too crazy. Plus, I doubt demons have anything to do with my time traveling. Yeah, let's not get crazy here. Can you explain what this stuff about spirit mediums and channeling is? I'm studying a lot today. Oh, channeling is a good one. So you know how ghosts like to possess people and make them do creepy things with their limbs and eyes? No. Spirit channeling is basically when you do that on purpose. when you allow a spirit to take over control of your body. It's a pretty useful technique if you think about it. Is that what's going on right now? Spirits can settle any unresolved business they have, and police can question murder victims to solve crimes. Yeah, that does sound useful. Of course, it wouldn't be good to let malevolent spirits run around, doing horrible things with the human body. Not to mention laws and morality get gray there if it does. After all, if a channeled spirit uses a medium's body to kill someone, should the medium be arrested for murder? I mean, it's kind of like drunk driving, right? You put yourself in that position. Yeah, that's tough. But back to the more useful application of spirit channeling. You actually don't need to be a trained medium to do it. There are smaller scale channeling methods like Ouija boards. Those involve letting spirits possess just a part of your body in order to spell out messages. I don't know, I think I just wouldn't be comfortable letting a spirit control my body at all. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Okay, that's everything, right? Never mind. No, I wanted to flex my knowledge. Tower of cardboard boxes. They look kind of unstable. Alright, let's take a look. The top box has a bunch of books in it. They look like they were just tossed in here hastily. The other box, huh? What are these? A ton of dolls made of straw? Hey Cecilia, what are these dolls about? Huh, they're obviously voodoo dolls, don't you think? Please stop acting like this is common knowledge. I'm not super well versed in voodoo dolls, to be honest. I know that they have origins in West Africa and have a problematic public portrayal thanks to Western films. Is Cece woke? You sound pretty well versed to me. Basically, the idea behind them is that you stick pins into the dolls, and they can cause either healing or curses to a human target. They've been used for spirit communication or just as a harmless analog means of logging the pain points of patients. These are just blank straw dolls, so it's hard to say what their exact purpose is, but again, I'm no voodoo expert. Again, you seem like an expert to me. Okay, I'm just gonna put these back. Whoa, that's a pretty intricate sketch. What is that, some wizard fighting a demon? Hey, it's Mephistopheles. Mephistar what? You know Mephistopheles, the demon from German folklore? He's famous for being the origin of the term, deal with the devil. Deal with the devil, so giving up your soul in exchange for a great wish? Not just any wish, self-serving wishes. After all, why would the devil want to do anything that serves a noble, righteous purpose, right? Huh? Are deals with the devil really that strict? I mean, I've never made one, so I wouldn't know for sure. But in all recorded instances, the wishes are typically pretty selfish. And then they always end up very, very badly for the poor humans who made the wish. Cece, you said that voodoo dolls can be used to curse people, right? That's like the most popular understanding of it, yeah. So maybe my time travel power is some kind of curse. I mean, it always sends me back when someone dies. Huh, I never would have thought of that as a curse. I guess if you don't have full control over it, then you could think of it like that. But that aside, Pachi, these voodoo dolls are unused, so I doubt they have anything to do with our situation. Just stick a pin in that, though, for the time being. Whoa! Now I feel stupid for getting all somber. Wait, I never checked the other sketches stuck up with it. Let's see. Huh? What is this writing? Only for her. Cece, did you find something funny? Nah, I just thought what you said reminded me of popular meme format. Like the do it for her meme? Huh? What's a meme? Again, we just don't know words. Don't worry about it, Pachi. Is this because we're young? Because we're a kid? So we just like don't know complicated words? Or is it because we're from the past? Like, where things like memes didn't exist? Don't worry about it, Pachi. Let's just keep looking. Cece's giggling aside, that writing might be important to keep in mind. Can I not look behind the trunk? A wooden crate with a weirdly nostalgic design. How do you open this? What do you mean? You smash it open, of course. You're kidding, right? No, you see you see these all the time in video games. They're great for testing attacks, and they usually always have some loot in them. See, we're not in a video game. Come on, Pachi, try to keep an open mind. Remember that movie where the world was a simulation created by machines attempting to enslave humankind? Maybe we think we're not in a video game. That's because the machine overlords brainwash us into thinking so. I go back and forth on what I think of dialogue like this in media. Obviously, in here it's a little more defensible, because like obviously this game is gonna have like meta narrative aspects, but like it always feels so hacky. I don't know. We're not in the movie either, and again, we're not in a video game. Wink, wink. Anyway, what were we talking about? The crate, right? Right. How do you open the crate? No clue. Maybe the machines programmed the crate to be unopenable. Going in circles here. I'll just leave this alone. Wait, a crowbar, right? Wooden crate with really nostalgic design. Okay. A coat rack. There are 2 coats on it. Wait, this blue thing isn't a coat. What is it? Some sort of blanket, but it has these weird yellow lines on the inside. What's she looking at, Pachi? Oh, it's got a whoa, what? Don't look directly at that, Pachi. You'll get cursed. Cursed just from looking at the pattern? Pachi's so naive, so innocent. We're dealing with the occult here. The territory goes hand in hand with danger. What do you mean? Like, will a ghost pop up and attack me? Not ghosts, people. There are organizations in the real world that will hunt you down if you discover their secrets. Okay, that's pretty scary. Pachi, I told you not to look at that. I won't, don't worry, I'm just checking the coat. Nope, the pockets are empty. She's staring daggers at me. I guess I shouldn't stick around this area any longer. A stack of books. Looks like these are handwritten notebooks. What you reading, Pachi? I don't understand most of these words. Okay, this is 100% gonna come back. We just don't know words. But I think this is about research into deities. The penmanship is different for each of these, so I guess this must be someone's collection of works. Oh, these are all originals too. I guess this means whoever owns these must be well connected. That's a good point. Or maybe this is the work of a great thief, stealing away knowledge to bring ignorant bliss to the masses. See, and then you say that and blow up all your credibility. Something tells me these aren't related to our situation now. I mean, what god would allow something like a killing game? Oh, an evil one would, I guess. Looks like this is a pile of sheets. I wonder if it's spare bedding. They're kind of thin for bedding. Oh, you know what? This could be material for ghost costumes. All you need to do is cut out some holes for your eyes. That was unusually childlike and innocent for one of your whimsical tangents. But optic nerves are only like 5 centimeters long. That's not enough to dangle your eyeball traced sheet over your head. Wow, you took that in a very advanced direction. But I've officially checked every little thing in this attic. I need to end my investigation. Okay. Huh, wait, Pachi, are we stopping? Yeah, I think we have a good idea of what's in here at least. Now we're gonna find Ria's dead body. Yet that's about everything we're gonna find here. Sucks that there was nothing about time travel. So, any insight come to mind? Please share with the class. Well, everything in this attic appears to be related to demons and the dead. I definitely feel like out of everything, the necromancy stuff is obviously related to our situation. Like having to time deaths and like... it's obviously related to that. Probably has something to do with the clock in the first floor. Which leads me to believe that whoever collected all this stuff was trying to accomplish a specific goal related to those. An astute observation, Pachi. You get an A+. How about you, Miss Occult Club President? Anything come to mind? Oh, I pretty much landed on the same conclusion you did. If the owner of these books was an occult enthusiast like myself, there would be a wider variety of topics. Magic circles, for example, are often used for blessing objects or summoning demons, and yet no books on either. Huh? I could have sworn I saw one book about summoning demons. Yeah, there was. Somewhere around here. Really? Maybe over... Ah! What happened? I had knocked over this bottle of red ink, and now this book behind the trunk is ruined. Page 44, page 44, page 44. Huh? Why does that book look familiar? Well, I guess we just weren't fated to read this book. Fate. Grand Order. Actually, come to think of it, predicting or changing fate is part of the occult, right? Oh, totally. Those are the most popular types, especially with dreamy maidens like myself. Do you know any rituals we could use to see the future? Even if it's just a little ways ahead? You mean like fortune telling? Do we need to go back in time and stop you from knocking over the ink bottle to be able to read the book? God, my throat is so dry. Hang on. Truth be told, those tend to be more for entertainment purposes than for actual life-saving. But anything helps, right? Sorry, Pachi, but even if we wanted to do some fortune-telling, the ones I know how to do off the top of my head, we don't have the materials for them. And as you know, none of these books are here or related to anything except dead people. Darn. Oh wait, don't forget, Pachi, you're a time traveler, aren't you? Coming back to the past with knowledge of the future is like the ultimate form of fortune-telling. I suppose so. I just wish my memories of the future were clearer. If I could just get a proper handle on this power of mine, then... Wait, was that the sound of... Pachi, we should go downstairs and check. Yeah, let's go. Oh, that was the door opening. Or we had died. As we made our way down the ladder, and again down the stairs, so too did my spirits go down and down until... Oh, we actually get to see the door open for the first time. The front door. It's open. Then that means... Pachi, shall we just leave now? We can finally escape. Ah, Pachi, I took too long. I wasted too much time talking about nonsense like fortune telling. Please, not like this. Ria. He's sitting at the couch. Ria? She's just on the couch. Ah, thank goodness. Ria, the front door's open. We can escape now. Ria? Come on, are you sleeping or? She was like stabbed in the stomach. Where was she positioned like this after her death? Ria? Hey Ria, are you tired? Can't you see me? So it really happened. Oh well. CC, Ria's... Yeah, I know. Ria's dead. Pachi, I want you to stay calm and listen to me. What, stay calm? How could I possibly do that? Ria was alive just less than an hour ago. We left her alone. She died with no one around to save her. Exactly, think about it. She should have been alone, so then... Who killed her? What? Who? You and I were in the attic together the entire time. Neither of us could have done it. So what does that mean? That she killed herself. Because all this was to... Pachi, you and I both know she would never do that. Come on, it's not too complicated. Think about it. It was the culprit. Yes, the culprit must have ambushed her. The culprit. The weapon that killed Ria is nowhere to be found. And there's a faint trail of blood leading to the corner over there, away from the door we entered. In other words, Pachi, the culprit probably didn't escape through the foyer. Because he'll be hiding around here, waiting to kill us too. No. Not if I killed him first. Where's your knife? Let me... Pachi, come to your senses already. We need to run. Go get help. There's no way we can handle a murderer alone. Stop being the rational one. Pachi. Ria was your friend, wasn't she? How can you be so cold about her death? Unless you... Did you... My head. His voice again. Pachi, are you okay? It's happening again. What's... Oh, your time travel power? It's for the best. Ria, we can't leave Ria. Pachi, quick, before you go, just try your hardest to remember the sentence. What, remember... Serena killed the clownfish. Who the fuck is Serena? Killed the clownfish. What are you... Is Serena the sister? I didn't see that. Just remember it, okay? Despair ending. I wonder if I had actually mapped out the translation for the Cthulhu text, if I would like have figured something out that I don't have figured out right now. Okay, now what do? Probably go back to the attic and stop her from knocking over the ink bottle. Right? Another killing game. Oh, I can't skip. Erg. Pachi, what's wrong? Did you have a nightmare? No, that was no nightmare. Pachi, wait. Get dressed and come down, hurry. We have a sprite for her with the towel, but my fans are seeing. Ria! Pachi, you startled me. Ria, Pachi, take a couple of deep breaths. It's okay, we're all safe right now. Yeah. Yeah, we're all safe for now. Pachi, Ria. I've never gotten dressed so fast, my hair's still soaked. What's the big idea, Pachi? Why all the screaming? Did you travel back in time again? Yeah, and did one of us die in front of you? Yeah, Pachi. No matter what I choose, either you or you. It's almost like we shouldn't, like, separate ourselves in the spooky murder mansion. It's my fault. It's because I left you alone and Pachi. We don't have time for you to be falling apart like this. Ria, that's going a bit too far, don't you think? See, look what you did. Pachi's all frozen up now. Regardless of what have happened in the future you came from, the fact is that you're here now. Both of us are still alive right now and ready to hear the information you have for us, Pachi. Oh. Yeah, what she said. We're counting on you, Pachi. So please, pull yourself together and tell us everything. It could very well save our lives. I'm sorry. Let me start from the beginning. I see. So whenever one of us chooses to investigate the place alone, we get killed by an unknown assailant. I guess this means the culprit realized we're not playing the killing game anymore. Both the attic and the lounge are places the culprit never expected us to access. There may have been important information that could expose the culprit in both of those places. Like that book behind the trunk, right? What did you say it said? Open a gate to hell? What else do you remember about that page, Pachi? Not much. I just remember the page shadow, how it was circled in red ink. And a lot of text and images I couldn't understand. So it was probably a detailed guide to creating a gate to hell, whatever that means. What does that term send a chill down my spine? In any case, your next step is clear. The three of us need to stick together and head to the basement. Time for the final boss, huh? Think we stand a chance of winning? It's too soon to say for sure. We know that it's most likely the father of the family that lived in this house. Considering what we learned about him from the mother's letter, he's likely unstable and violent. Psh, that's nothing me and my knife here can handle. Have you already forgotten that Pachi watched you die in the attic? I mean, I probably got distracted reading books. There's no way I can be taken down when I'm 100% focused. Huh. There's that smile. Are you feeling better now, Pachi? Yeah, thanks you too. I don't know for sure how things will go down in the basement, but if the worst happens, I can always go back in time, right? Yeah, don't you just love Deus Ex Machina? You can't possibly lose. Let's just hope you won't have to use it too many more times. We'll get through all this with all our efforts together, Pachi. Yeah, together. Now then, Cecilia, the door. Alright, I forgot there's no arguing that I won't fit, huh? My poor wet hair. I guess there's no arguing that I won't fit. Oh. This is it. Am I still in... Yeah, part 2, chapter 4. If the culprit is in the basement, everything will come to a climax, and yet I can't help but wonder about all the remaining mysteries. I'm not here to solve mysteries, I'm here to end the killing game. I'm here to solve mysteries. Nothing else matters, we're getting out of here alive. So this is at the door to the basement. It's so dark we can't see anything from here. Are both of you ready? Yeah. Come on, let's go. Pucci? He ran off. Pachi, what are you doing? It's nothing. Sorry, I'm coming. What was that all about? Guys, I can't see anything. Yeah, I think we're all aware of how dark it is. There's no windows in an underground room after all. Like, if only we still had our phones, a flashlight would be great right now. Maybe there's something like that around here. Wait, my eyes are getting adjusted to the dark. I think there's tools on the walls. Oh, and where there are tools, there's what exactly? If it's anything like my father's basement, there should be various household items stored down here. The odds are high that there will be something that can illuminate this place, even if only slightly. Something tells me the culprit's not here. If there were, we definitely would have gotten attacked by now. Oh guys, I think I found something. A tiny little room, walls, touchy touch. Wait, I think this is a breaker panel. Yeah, a warning would be appreciated for next time. There's blood here. Huh? What's wrong? Pachi, I'm behind you. There's... Huh? Wow! What is... Looks like a dead man sitting. Wait, hang on. No pulse. Definitely dead. He's dead? Then is the culprit... What's wrong with you two? Well, it's nothing. Just fucking say it. Is he the third member of the group, or I don't know, man. Pachi, I don't believe that corpse there was the culprit. It's clearly been dead and rotting for a very long time. If anything, it must have been one of the culprit's first victims. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, what now? Looks like the culprit's nowhere to be found after all. You know, there has to be someone here. It's the only explanation for how I couldn't find who killed Ria in the lounge. So you think there's someone hiding somewhere around here? Yeah, let's stay on our guard and take a good look around. Ria? Yeah, I agree. There might be something of interest hidden around here. We should take some time looking around. Be careful. It's happening again. They're hiding something from me again. Why? How could they still be keeping secrets from me even now after everything we've been through? Call them out. No, that's not important right now. It kind of is. All that matters is that we escape safely, and to do that, we need to find the culprit. Alright, let's all take a careful look around this place. I should try to get Cece and Ria to talk to me more, too. More investigation. Maybe I should end the episode now. Nah. Stairs that lead up to the lounge. We descended these earlier. Pachi, you're not thinking about running away now, are you? No, of course not. Oh, true. And if you seal the door, you can trap us in the creepy dark basement. We'll bang and scream for help, but none will come. And eventually, we'll need to eat that dead guy to survive. Must you always voice your disturbing, disgusting fantasies? I didn't need to picture that either. Relax, Ria. Even if Pachi tries to hold the door shut, I'm strong enough to kick it. Even if Pachi tries to hold the door shut, I'm strong enough to kick it down. Are you? But don't use any furniture to block it, okay, Pachi? Let's have a fair showdown. I'm not gonna do that. I already said I'm not gonna run away. Is it really so wrong to just give the stairs a glance? Well, what's so special about the stairs that you want to give them a second look, huh? Lots of things, like look at how thick and sturdy they are. And don't get me started on this handrail. Pachi, this isn't the time for comic relief. We're literally moments away from confronting the culprit. You've been saying that for like 2 hours. Don't let Cecilia's apparent nonchalance trick you into lowering your guard. She's definitely on high alert. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, Pachi, I'm keeping one hand on my knife at all times. You shouldn't slack off. She was literally getting scolded a moment ago, and now she's suddenly the favorite child. There's a spider web in this handrail. I guess that's a classic spooky touch, but I don't see the spider. Huh? What about a spider? I'm just thinking about how there's a web here, but no spider waiting on it. I guess it went off somewhere else after it couldn't catch anything. You know what they say, sometimes you gotta catch your line in another part of the sea. Wow. Sure, there's wisdom in being patient and staying put, but why not be one with the fish and wander the vast ocean that is life? Yeah, it makes sense. Pachi, now's not the time to be distracted by fishing or life metaphors related to fishing. But we're talking about the spiders, though. I don't see the spider. Okay. Huh? What does that door lead to? Great, more locked doors. And there's no pet door this time. Looking at the knob, this definitely uses a key to lock up. None of the keys we already have can open this. If this is our first time in this basement, maybe the key is around here somewhere. Yeah, let's keep an eye out for it. Cece's pressing her ear on the door. Do you hear anything? Not a peep. But it's still possible someone's hiding in there, just holding very still and quiet. So in other words, the culprit could be in there. Do you need something, Pachi? Just wondering if you found anything interesting. Interesting? You mean besides the seated corpse over there? You seemed pretty sure earlier that the corpse is not a culprit. I'm just wondering if you find anything to support that. Pachi, how would a dead man be able to trap us in a killing game and murder us when we split up? Okay, I'll give you that. We're better off keeping an open mind while we look around. It's possible the culprit is something beyond anything we could imagine. And you ever thought we were about to have a dramatic confrontation? That's the room where Cece found the breaker panel, right? It appears so. Well, it's more of a nook than a room. This is kind of a small entryway. I have to duck to not hit my head. Well, I guess Cece didn't hit her head because she's... Pachi, you don't have to voice every thought you have. I have to duck to not hit my head. Okay, again, kind of mildly supporting the theory I said at the beginning of the video. You really need to get over that complex of yours. Pachi was describing an advantage to being short. I don't want to hear that from someone who's 170 and wears heeled boots. Anyways, I don't see anything in this nook besides the breaker panel. Nook, not nook. Small stack of books, let's see. Looks like the first one is about standardized dissection protocols and the other one. Prosthetic limbs, like replacing missing arms and legs with artificial ones. It appears you notice how strange that pairing of books is as well, Pachi. Yeah, like, one is about how to work with dead people and creatures, and the other is about restoring motor functionality. Why would you ever need to think about both methods at the same time? Wait, no, we've got to be overthinking this. There are other things we should look at, Pachi. This whole place already gives me the creeps as it is. There's a table in the middle of this room. Wait, is this blood? It's all dry though. Looks like something out of a slasher film, huh, Pachi? I wouldn't know, I've never seen. I don't like the way I'm not flinching to blood anymore. Anyway, let's take a closer look. Blood-covered tools, some books. What's this book over here about? Pachi, what's looking? Ah! Caught it, you're out. Don't go throwing books around, Pachi. Sorry, anyway, what's this book about? Oh, this is good. Can you please not laugh like that while reading about live human dismemberment? Look, Pachi, they even have photographs of what it looks like when you... Get that away from me. So, there's like prosthetic limbs? Like, replacing people's limbs? Was he creating a fucking Frankenstein monster? Is that what's going on? Will you two stop fooling around and take this seriously? Sorry, Mom. Wait, you two? Why did I get included in this scolding? A small puddle of dried blood on the floor. Wonder how long this has been here. I hate to imagine just how many people spilled blood here. How, you think multiple people were bled here? Look carefully at the spots on the floor, Pachi. Haven't you noticed they have different colorations? There are signs that some of them were stepped on and rubbed slightly before new blood fell on top of them. I think it's safe to say that many people were wounded here regularly over time. Okay, so either he's been doing this killing game for a long time and he's been collecting like body parts to make a Frankenstein monster or something, or he's collecting bodies from all the separate timelines somehow. I don't know. Ugh. Look at you, Rhea, being a residential bloodstain expert. I knew you were a cult club material. I'm examining this logically. I'm not as perverted about blood as a certain blue gremlin. Wow, gremlin, that's a new one. Anyway, I should keep Rhea's deduction in mind while we keep looking around. People were brought here to be wounded regularly, but if those people were attacked, then wouldn't there be bigger bloodstains everywhere? This feels like too little blood. Yeah, so they were already dead. Just what was going on in this basement. You know, something about this table bothers me. Yeah, me too. No, seriously, look, this is a hammer, right? At what point would you use a hammer in the process of cutting a person apart? I'm not having this conversation with you. What's up, Pachi? You look like you have something important to ask me. I just want to hear your thoughts in this room. Like, is there anything that interests you? My fucking mic volume is spiked like crazy there. I don't know what happened. Now that you mention it, Pachi, I noticed that you're handling the dead body and the blood a lot better than normal people. You don't say. No, I mean that. I've shown the grossest things to all kinds of people over the years, so I can safely say your tolerance is high. Alright, so what's your point? Just relieved is all. You see how Rhea's over there looking cool and collected as usual? The truth is, her tolerance for gore is pretty below average. Heck, I'm surprised she hasn't hightailed it out of here yet. I guess he's really pushing herself right now. That's why in the event that things get a little messy, it'll probably be up to you to stay calm and guide her to safety. So don't go injuring yourself, okay? I wasn't expecting that from her. This is a corpse? The smell, it's indescribably horrible. I wouldn't touch it if I were you, Pachi. Dead bodies have tons of harmful bacteria. Oh, and you could get cursed too, of course. Thinking about the photo in the lounge, his build resembles the father of the house. But with all those bandages around his face, we can't know for sure if it's really him. I wonder why anyone would bandage his face like that. Mummification, obviously. What else could it be? If it really was mummification, his whole body would be bandaged and not seated up like this. Fair point, he's also wearing pretty fancy clothes, so maybe he's a corpse stolen from a funeral? Wait, Ria's clothes, are they the same size as the clothes in the master bedroom? They do look about the same, yes. Then this has to be... Pachi, this is all still conjecture. We can't jump to that conclusion. But who else could this possibly... He's dead, Pachi. He's whoever this man is. He's dead. If he's the father of the house, if he's the mastermind behind the killing game, then the three of us are really all alone in here. There's no way out of having one of us die. I didn't even think of that. So please, let's not jump to conclusions. Let's try to understand everything first. You're right, Ria. I'm sorry. Let's finish looking around. The corpse is sitting on the cheap wooden chair. Pachi, what's up? Or maybe what's down? Oh, is there something under the chair? I'm just wondering about where the corpse is sitting on this. True, you'd think that it'd be laid out on the table over there, ready to be propped or cut open. Exactly, even that would be more plausible. Are you not gonna make a retort? There isn't enough blood around this chair to suggest he was murdered while sitting here. Which can only mean he was intentionally seated on this chair after being killed somewhere else. Just like Aurea in the ending we just got. She was seated on the sofa after being killed. Why? I'm trying to think here. I don't... Oh wow, you're really cut out for detective work, Pachi. Look at you sniffing under a dead body's butt for clues. Are you trying to flatter me or not? It's no use. I'm not finding anything that could point us to the culprit. I can't shake this bad feeling I have though. Let's see if Cici and Ria are feeling it too. A larger object covered in white sheet looks really suspicious. Let's take a look. Ah! Well, Pachi, what gives? And that sheet, another dead body. Organs visible. Pachi? This is an anatomical model. It's all made of plastic. Why would anyone make something so disgusting? Anatomical models are used for educational purposes in medicine and biology. Again, us not knowing something very obvious. They're meant to be realistic so people can learn where individual organs are. But you know, Ria, I don't think Pachi's wrong to be spooked by this. After all, an anatomical model can be used to teach people where to stab to get the most amount of blood spray. What, really? Pachi is literally on the floor shaking, and you insist on making things even more grotesque. Teehee. Pachi, get on your feet already. I really let my guard down there. Come on, me, you're better than this. If that's true, then who's the mastermind behind that killing game? It really seems like a Frankenstein thing is going on here, but it doesn't... I feel like the Frankenstein thing doesn't really line up with the whole, like, necromancy, demonology thing we saw in the attic. Maybe it's in the sense that, like, the father was trying, like, everything he possibly could to bring back his daughter. So, like, he was trying occult stuff, and he was also trying, like, science stuff with making a Frankenstein monster. Now that I think about it, there was other stuff under there. Let's see. Pachi, you went all R again. That wasn't cool, Cici. You know what? Forget it. Whatever's under here probably isn't worth getting my heart assaulted again. Really? We're just not gonna check? Okay. There's a big cardboard box on the shelf. The top is open. Let's see. What's here? Pachi, did you find something particularly interesting? This is horrible. Ria, look! Wait, don't... A box filled with severed fingers! Put that box down this instant. Wow, Pachi. These are not toys, Cici. I wanted to stack them in the tower and play Jenga with them. This is a new low for you, Cecilia. But in all seriousness, I wonder why it's just fingers in that box and nothing else. I don't know, and I don't want to know. Just don't go near this box again. What if I do? Pachi, not fair. You can't ban me from getting near that box and start playing with it yourself. I will never play with this box. No sane person would. I resent the implication that I'm not sane. You literally aren't. Look, I know where the line is. I was just trying to reduce the tension here. I mean, we have to investigate a dimly lit room covered in bloodstains and occupied by a rotten corpse. The sooner we embrace the grossness of the situation, the calmer we'll be for whatever jumps at us next. You can justify yourself all you want. We're still not letting you play with the fingers. Darn. There's a metal barrel of some sort. Barrel of something on this shelf. Jesus. Wait, the smell. There's a ton of blood in this barrel. What's with that face, Pachi? You look grossed out by something. Nothing. Everything's fine. Okay, then. I hate to see either of the reaction to a barrel of blood from God knows where. Still pretty dark here, but I think I've checked everything. We should enter investigation and discuss our findings. It'd be one thing if they were in properly labeled containers for blood transfusion, but something tells me all this blood was collected through non-medical means. You don't say. I'm ending here, by the way. I'm not continuing. I'm just thinking. I feel like I've figured out a lot of pieces, but it's hard to like put everything together into something that makes sense. Like the fact that the main character like is lacking knowledge in a lot of like very basic things. The fact that we haven't seen a reflection or have not been like referenced to in part 2, so maybe we're someone we don't think we are. The fact that these two are obviously hiding something from us. The whole like putting a body on a seat that was done to this guy and it was done to her in the other route. You're obviously like pretending to try to break the windows when in reality you aren't really trying. Why? Okay, let's just focus on that. Why would she do that? Why would she pretend to try to break the windows and not really be doing it? Are both of them in on it? If both of them are in on it, why would they kill each other in the other route? Maybe you're in on it, but you're not. Basements are scary. I still like my theory that I said at the beginning of the episode. That, we are not who we think we are right now. We're not the blonde hair girl right now. I'll try to cook up something for next time. I'm definitely interested to see where it's gonna go. At this point, I think it's safe to say I like this game. Even if the answer to all these mysteries is going to be really stupid. You know, at the very least, I had a good time trying to figure it out. I'll try to cook up something for next episode. Yeah. Anyways, see you next time.